Hello. Oh, why is my PNG tuber angry? I didn't mean to be angry. Okay, there we go. That's better. Hi, everyone. I am back with another map making session. It's funny because I'm just like, I think the music is too loud, or at least it is for me in my ears. I don't know how it is on the stream. I will never know. Last stream, it was pretty low volume, so this time I kind of increased it. Hold on. Okay. So last stream I started working on a village on a rock, which it's more like a rock plateau, and it is high up above a forest, so I have to recalibrate my tablet. It's going to the wrong screen. Okay, I think it's the right screen. This always happens. Okay, we're good now. So this was what we did last time. And I'll just like go through again the context of this place, etc. This is what we did last time. It was we made the forest floor, we created the rock shape and everything, and also kind of tried to differentiate it from the ground, but it's not completely, differentiated. But that's like a later problem. I will be probably doing some shading, shadows or fog or something of that sort, just to give it that difference. Let's lock this layer. Wait, we can't lock layers anymore? We can't lock these? Okay. Sorry, I have a bit of a throat thing, so I'm gonna be drinking a lot of tea, water, etc. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with my speaking. So yeah. Oh, I have to also say, this is my new Twitch handle name, Draftling Aga. If you do exclamation draftling, you kind of get an idea, kind of like a small definition of what a draftling is, because I doubt it's an actual thing, but it's more like a small creature born of unfinished ideas, carrying little books full of drafts, often spotted building worlds, sketching maps, and thinking out loud. Which is what I believe. Apparently Elmo said that he could totally imagine me being a little creature running around with little scraps of notebooks. Yeah. So this is the first stream with the new name. I was kind of trying to go away from the very screamy, yelly, chaotic nature of the previous name, which was Aga and then Y. I mean, that fit for the previous avatar, I guess, like before, when I was playing more of, or streaming more of, like Fortnite rivals and those kind of stuff. I still do want to stream rivals sometimes, but maybe not. I don't know. But I want to go into more of D&D map making, calmer, cozier streams than than chaos. At one point, chaos made sense. Now it doesn't. So, coming back to the map, to give a bit of a context, I am basing this, rock plateau thing on a real life place, which is called the Sigiriya Rock in Sri Lanka. This is the place. It used to be, or there was a king in the 5th century who built a palace and a fortress on top of this. But after he died, the palace and fortress were abandoned, and until the 14th century, it was a Buddhist monastery, and now it is a World Heritage Site. So that's I was kind of fascinated by the idea of a king, or literally anyone just being like, let's go and build a settlement above on top of a rock. It's good for your views and everything, and also for like making sure you're not, it works as a great watchtower kind of a thing, but a settlement itself is pretty interesting. So it's just the I'd say I'm not completely taking off of on what actually happened, but it's more like wow, I'm losing my stream of thoughts today. Wow. I feel like it's because the music is a little it's a little in my face. I think I have to find another one. I have to find something that's less disruptive. I don't know. Today seems to be like I don't want to do this kind of music. Let's do not fantasy, but we're gonna do calm lo-fi. I don't know if this is gonna be calm lo-fi, but I hope so. Also doesn't help that my throat doesn't feel all that great. But anyway. So yes, last stream we had one of the viewers give an idea, Gift of Gabby, yeah, that's the person. They gave an idea that perhaps this village or this community is built around like a holy site. Like that's the reason they came here, they settled here. So kind of going on that tangent, I kind of thought about it, and I thought it could be like a a community built around this dying religion, or more like an ancient religion that has like a secret, magic to it, secret sacred rituals and stuff, which they need to protect. And that is why they decided to kind of come up and live on this rock. That's a very basic way of saying it, but so what we're gonna do today is build the village specifically, kind of like zone out, kind of like create the zones. Like there's like specific, like there's a temple for sure, there's housing, and there's like a central communal area where everyone meets. And there will be farms and perhaps a rainwater harvesting kind of a pond, so basically this village is self-sustaining, and except for like a few things that they would need, like I guess metals and maybe certain kind of imported things. For those things they would probably send off a little convoy of people to go and get them from traders or like from the nearest town and stuff, but like very rarely, because they are purposely self-isolating, so they have to have like a sustainable, self-sustaining life up here on this rock. So I think I'll start with so I was thinking the temple itself would be kind of on a higher elevation, because I know that this is a plateau, but it's not going to be a flat land, right? It might have some kind of higher elevation kind of a thing. Like for instance, this Sigria rock itself seems to have kind of different heights for different parts of this place, and I don't know if that was man-made, as in they cut down the rock to kind of get that difference in height, or was it already there and they just like, I guess, polished it kind of. I'm very distracted by the music today. There's just it's a very distracting day. So yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna be something like, I don't know, but I like the idea of having a slight elevation so that the temple can be on that elevation. So sorry, I'm muting in between to cough because I don't want to cough into the mic. Should probably get some cough syrup. Yeah, I should probably go do that in a bit. So I'm trying to find something that would okay. So trying to find something that would be like a boulder? I don't know. How do I show elevation? It's probably some kind of what is this? Mossy rock outcropping. Oh yeah, something of this kind of thing, I guess. So like what does that look like? Oh my gosh, I think I put it in the wrong layer. Okay, we're gonna add a new layer. It's gonna be so village 1, because it's going to be, I'm guessing, the first or the base layer for the village. That's why I'm naming it that way. So okay, before that I think I should set up the scale. So I'm thinking this rock at its widest path, so like over here, is going to be about 4.5 kilometers in length, so like 450 meters. Oh my god, is my math right? um that does not seem right. It's 4,500 meters. Does that make sense? Is that, yeah, I mean, 4.5 kilometers is what I wanted to do. Because that's like a wide enough, or long enough length. So if you wanted to get from one end of the village to the other edge, it would take you, I guess, 1.5 hours of walking. But it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like a straight walk. It is gonna have, like I said, this is a kind of a self-sustaining village, and they believe in like in harmony with nature and all of those kind of things. So they're not gonna make a straight path, cut through all of the trees and all of the plant and foliage and everything. They're gonna kind of build on what's already there. So yeah, 4.5 kilometers, in which case the grid, this is the only thing I hate sometimes about making maps is figuring out the math in it. Oh, I forgot that the grid is here. So I am assuming that one grid is what, 100 meters? In that case, this would be, let's turn this on. Oh, where is it? Oh, I have to put this up here, I guess. Oh, okay, so it would be about 45 columns, 45 columns, 45 rows, 45 columns. What if I made it 45 rows? No, it has to be 45 columns, right? I don't know. I'm gonna just assume that this is somewhat correct. Okay, I'm gonna have the opacity. I need the... Should it be lighter? No. Okay, I think... Just so that I have a idea of what size things are gonna be. So yes, assuming that 100 meters is gonna be 1 square, which means 100 meter, $320 feet. I feel like this is too... I don't think the scaling is right, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I'll probably fix it later. So I'm gonna put, I think these mossy rock outcroppings seem to be perfect. And then I'd probably color in around that to kind of show that that's let's rotate it a bit. So I'm thinking I will be doing, ooh, yes, so it could have that's what's going out of the... I mean, I guess that's okay, because we're not going to have anything on that. Unless we move them, I guess. I could probably turn it this way. So you have this like a little bit of a edging out kind of a part. I feel like it has to be bigger. Let's make it slightly bigger. So this is going to be where the temple is built. And I'm putting it off center because even though it's a community built around this faith, the temple itself is not their main focus. Like, yes, there's a temple, there's people who are taking care of the temple and the things inside it and the treasures inside it and all of that. But there's also just people living, surviving, just going about having a normal life. It's just that the community itself convenes around this temple or this faith. But the temple is not the focus of everyone's lives, I guess. Okay, let's do... Guess... That looks like a star now. A very misshapen star. This music is loud, isn't it? It speaks over me. Okay. Hopefully it's fine now. Okay. Sorry, there's a bit of a confusion and things going around with the music. I don't know what to... Nothing feels satisfying this morning. Okay. I think this should be okay. I'm not sure if it's too big, so this center area, I'm gonna color it the same color as the stone so that you know what? I should probably use these in various places, like around this rock itself. You see? So it's like kind of adds to the, I guess, contours around this rock. Yeah, I'm gonna put a few. Oh, hi, Elmo. Elmo is first. You've redeemed the first noteling, which is a little bottle that has a feather, raven feather in it. So yes, just for context, we're building a village on a rock. It's kind of like a rock plateau, and it's inspired by a real life place called Sigiriya Rock, which is in Sri Lanka, which a king once built a palace on this rock in the 5th century. And I found it really interesting that somebody would scale a rock all the way this high, 600 feet in the air, to build a settlement. This is the actual place. That's not my work. This this is my work. So yeah, I am building something similar, but it's going to be a village. Last session we did the forest floor and the rock shape and all of that. Today we're doing kind of like zoning the village areas and all of that. So this little section over here is going to house the temple. It is a village that's built on um it's built around faith, so like it's built around this dying ancient religion. I think I should color it. It looks a little misleading. Now it looks like, I guess, this much, because I don't want it to take up all of the space. We need, actually, yeah, this is good. Let's color it. I have to go get my cough syrup. Okay, so last time we did something called I mean, I will be changing it. I have to add a new brush layer above this. I'm just gonna call it temple brush, I guess. Okay, so we're finding something that looks similar. So, oh yeah, this is the one we use, warm rocky stone, for the contours. So let's try that. It's 100% opacity. Okay. I wonder if you can hear the background. Kimchi, as usual, is being very... This doesn't go very well with it. Yeah, the color is very off. Oh, I didn't mean to save this. Maybe a little more gray. If I can find one, or I'll have to just edit that color. Maybe I should reduce the opacity a bit. That might kind of help, I don't know. Whoa, what is this brush size? Okay. I guess I'll come back to this later. This is not exactly the color that I wanted it to be. Just meld it in, I guess, the rest of it. I mean, there's a temple and stuff that's gonna come up on this, so we're gonna probably do a... let's see, if I put temple in, what do I get? What temple? These are inside the temple assets, but I need a temple building. I'm guessing they would have built this temple out of the stone that's already there. So more of shaping the rock rather than breaking it and then building a structure on top of it. So I remember the jungle. That's what we looked at last time before closing. The jungle temple. those were the buildings that we sort of had our eye on before. I don't know how to search for it. Okay, let's look for buildings, I guess. Okay, what? All right, so jungle. Oh, look at this castle. Keeps. Okay, I don't know where that went. What? Not broken. What did we look at last time? I wonder if we looked at... Anyway, I think I can use one of these to be... But it has to be... like stone. Kind of stone colored. I'm not finding anything that seems satisfactory. What are these things? These are like keeps. But, okay. So, I guess I could just do a placeholder thing there. Wonder if I looked at the wrong section. Was I looking at Fantasy Regional? And then I feel like I did. I was looking at Fantasy Regional before. That's where you have all these structures. But I don't want to use these. Unless I find some. Because they all look isometric. Not top down exactly. So, alright. I'll come back to that later. Right now we're looking at adding kind of the contours to the rock itself. Frozen desert, mossy rocks. Okay. I have to save. Okay. All right. My Streamlabs is hanging. Of all things. Okay. I'll just put a few of these around. I don't want to make too many. Okay. Just put it here first. So, like, these represent the parts of the cliff that's like maybe elevation or something of that sort that doesn't really have any thing on it, like no buildings or structures or things like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that. I'm gonna start putting out we need a place that's kind of like a man-made structure, but not really, for a pond that is going to collect rainwater. How do we search for that? I guess I'll just have to go through all of these things. So something that would, they would have to dig in, put stone around it so that it's a measurable depth, and can be cleaned and all of that. Because that is going to be their only source of, I guess, drinkable water. Because where else, usually villages and stuff, they're all by a river or something of that sort, because they're naturally lucrative places to build a village. But this is going to be built specifically for, because they've moved their settlement up here. I like this idea of this well, and using it at like a scale of 100 makes sense, because then I can kind of color in a little bit blue and make it like water, but so it'll be like a huge pond, like if you consider the scale of it. Where is the scale? If I consider scale, it would be like this is huge. But I still want to see what else is there. This would make more sense because I can color it in, so it's like a proper rock structure. But this feels like, so it comes under the jungle village back, which makes sense because it's all like mossy and green, but they would be maintaining it, so I don't know if it'll be mossy. I wonder if I should find something like a giant hole, an abyss, and then I just fill it with water. Do you think it would be a round structure or something like a rectangular structure? Because it is being man-made. So what would someone naturally go for? Round, circular, or rectangular? All man-made dams are, or at least the ones that I've seen, rectangular, but it is also concrete. So this village community perhaps doesn't believe in symmetrical shapes like rectangles. Okay, this is just going nowhere. I have to search abyss, hole. I don't know what you would. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. How would we search for it? A cave, but that would be, no, not a cave. A cavern, right? But I don't know if that also works. Yeah, I think I'll stick to wells then. Oh yeah, like these. What are these? Oh, okay, let me search for that. I mean, this looks like a natural structure. It's uneven and it's definitely not man-made. Looks like something that would come out of an earthquake or something. So let's go back to wells. Well structures. I'm gonna go with the round one. And then I'm gonna color it in. I wonder if this is big enough. So let's see, that would be... Again, this is not gonna be... It's gonna be probably here. 7 square. Probably like 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And so that would be like 400 meters each side. This is probably why they build it in rectangles. So sorry, I'm just... What? I'm just checking some math. This is not clearly not how it is gonna be. Okay. Oh, hello, Chaz. Should I call you Chaz? Hi, morning. Sorry, I was distracted doing some math. As always, when I make a map, there is always math, and then I get overwhelmed with it. So I'm not gonna look at this grid. We're just gonna assume that this is a sizable, good amount, sizable rainwater harvesting pond thing. Just for context, this is a a village that I'm building on top of a rock, Plato kind of a thing. It's inspired by this real life place called Sikriya Rock in Sri Lanka. And yeah, so it's kind of a self-sustaining, self-isolating village community that is being built on, or that has settled on this rock. And welcome in. How is your morning going? So this area is gonna be kind of like a temple, or their holy site, which is kind of not the center of the rock. It's kind of away, because that is not the... Even though this community is built around faith, it's not the central thing to them. Also, it's safer from raiders and stuff. Okay, so this... I feel like this pond is very small. I'm gonna make it a little bit... Okay, I'm gonna have to color it in. Probably do like a blue in here later. So these are the central areas. There's the... Not central, but like the... What do you call them? The main areas that people work around. There's the temple. There's the pond, which is going to have, of course, their farms and their things like that around. So one of the biggest constraints in making a village like this, in this kind of a situation, is that there's limited space and like limited physical space. So everything has to be intentional. There's nothing that can be It's a village. Yeah, it is a village. Um, it's just I was thinking that it was going to be like 4.5 kilometers across, at its widest path, and it's going to be. So this community is kind of building it, not like chopping down and clearing out foliage and then breaking out all the stone and, you know, creating like a single road kind of a thing. They're kind of building it around the things that's already there. So, squares. So I think I'd said like 1 square was about 100 meters. That's a big well. It's not a well, actually. It's for the lack of better, I guess, assets. It's more like a rainwater harvesting pond, because that would be their only source of water on top of this rock, because you're not going to be able to transport water up and down a rock like this. So yeah, so this is kind of like something that they would have built. So it's not a well. It is a giant pond, and that's where they get all of their water, resources from. Yeah, it does look. So that's the thing. It looks like a well. That's what I was thinking. What would they make it as? This is incarnate. And I saw that like there was I guess a chasm, but I couldn't really use this because this doesn't look man-made. It's like a natural thing. And that's what I was thinking, like, would they make it kind of like a rectangular pond? I feel like it's more natural to do like a round, a circular one. So I guess if the rest of the assets come in context, this would look more like what it's supposed to look like. So that's where the temple's gonna be. That's the pond. Can I use PNGs? I think I can. I think I can add my own assets. That is a good idea, actually. Yeah, I think I'm able to add my own assets too. Oh, it's been a bit since you used Incarnate. Yeah, they've changed a lot of things. This is Incarnate 2.0, and it's very different from what I used to use before too. So it's like they've got all of their layers in a different way, which is a good thing, I guess. It's a very different layout now. But I find this a little bit more intuitive to use, even though it has its limitations. Okay, so like for instance, on this, like, this is the real life Sigria rock, right? And they've got a rectangular water reservoir thing. I'm guessing that's water. Like a rectangular one, and I feel like rectangles are like, it looks forced on this piece of rock. I go more for like natural, or not just me, I'm gonna say that this village itself, the villagers in the village go for more round, circular shapes. Okay, I think I should start putting out the buildings. Okay. Hello. I realized that where I've mentioned quiet hello, I've written there that I will not call this out, or call them out when you do a quiet hello, which I sometimes I feel like it defeats the purpose, but okay. So we're gonna do buildings, more like housing. So the housing I'm thinking is gonna be, it's a very communal society, I guess. And I want it to be like a matriarchal society. So, oh, hi, Sarah. Thank you. Are you gonna lurk? You have to like do your lurk thing, and now there's new messages if you lurk. Yeah, so this is gonna be like a matriarchal society, and it is. So that means less of like individual housing and more of like clusters of homes that kind of, it's more like natural clusters of homes. So it's not like a joint family thing, but it's more like everyone's, so like not a house with a kitchen, for instance, like 10 houses with separate kitchens. It's gonna be like communal kitchens. Everything's communal. And I'm thinking I should first do, I know we all want to live on a compound with our friends or family. Yeah. I mean, joint families have its dramas, but otherwise, we're going to imagine a society that does not have drama. If that exists, if that can be realistic. Oh my god, this is, whoa. So, considering the scale, if this was going to be, now this is going to be as big as that pond, so it's, wow. You know what? I think I have to reduce the scale of things. Or increase the scale of things. I don't know. How small can we go with this? Okay, I'm gonna have to type it in. What if I do 10%? So, like in context with this pond, this, assuming this would be like a communal kitchen feeding, eating place kind of a thing. And you'd have several of these across the village. It does seem too big, right? Like the village does seem too, like a lot of area. I think I have to change the scale a bit. Okay, let me just place it first. I'm gonna have to create, right now it just clashes with the ground. I have to fix that. Okay. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong layer. Structures. Okay, I cannot see. Is it already in structures? Move up a sublayer? Is that what it's supposed to do? No, oh my god, I'm just gonna delete it. Okay. Why is this? Okay, temple brush. That would not make sense. Okay, what do you think, viewers? Is the... I feel like the scale is it's very off. Like, I'd have to reduce the housing assets, make it so small. But maybe that's how I should do it. Okay. What if I did... Oh wow, I have to like actually click on the layer to change the size of things. That's not how it was before. Assuming that this is 137%. I don't want to do math so early in the morning. Has to be a little bigger. Okay. I'm gonna figure out the math of this later. Right now, I'm gonna place all the... So this is gonna be... a communal kitchen kind of a place. And I want all of those to be closer to the center. So this is how I'm thinking the layout of the village itself is going to be. You have all of the housing and things like that closer to the center, and then also the communal, like the communal area, like the community hangout place kind of a thing. It's going to be more toward the center. And the further towards the edges you go, the more it's about like workplaces. So like you have your farms, well, not farms exactly, not like huge pastures and stuff, but more like very limited space cultivation of fruits and vegetables and berries and herbs and things like that. Because I'm thinking it's gonna be like, you don't want children going towards the edge of the cliff. That's why all of your housing and your community and your communal centers, schools, all of those kind of things would be more towards the center. And the edges are more for the strictly places that the adults would go towards. And this kind of boundary also creates, because I have an idea for definitely there being a bunch of kids or teenagers who are going to want to build something like a hot air balloon thing that allows people to go up and down the cliff easily rather than taking the long winding route around. Like it's a very narrow path that the ascent to the cliff is a very narrow path around that goes like wounding around the cliff, the rock. So having the edges be adults only is kind of like setting up a slight conflict where you'll definitely have a bunch of children wanting to be near it to experiment with their kind of new technology. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put this pond a little bit... You know what? I think we should have something like a cliff, or not a cliff, but like these kind of boulders, right? So it's going to be at a higher elevation, because that would make... So it would also help it from not being contaminated by people. And Oh yeah, that's okay, Chaz. Go ahead. Hi, oh pigs. What do I call you? Pigs? How are you doing? Welcome in. I am building a village on a rock, kind of like a Plato rock. The music is really quiet. Why is it? Okay. Just pigs. Okay. Hi. Welcome in. Um, I'm having a little bit of a trouble with figuring out the scale of things right now. That's pretty much why nothing is happening. Because I'm like, this doesn't look good. I mean, this doesn't make sense. That is a pond. It's not a well. This is gonna house the temple. So this is a community village that has decided to self-isolate on top of a giant rock. So right below them is like the forest, and there's a path around the rock that you climb to get up here. So because of that, because they have to be self-sustainable or self-sustaining, I'm thinking of how the village would be structured. So considering this being a kind of like a communal kitchen, and then there being other housing. I guess housing would be, I have to pick a color for all of the housing clusters. So it's gonna be like, say, 2 or 3 houses in a cluster. Actually, it should probably be more, 3 or 4. Okay, let's try these. I know I can change the color of the roofs and all of that, so maybe I should try that. Oh, not that, this one. Probably make it not sure. I know they would naturally go for like reset this. Discord. Oh, I don't think I have a command set up for the Discord. But I do have the Discord link in my, like, in the section below the stream. Yeah, okay. Great. So let's see. You know what? I have to make the bottom layer just change the color of that. I don't know which one it is. Which one was it? Was it this one? You know what? I'm just gonna have to add another brush layer below the rock contours, above it. Something's changing. Okay. I am making a mess. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly change the color because it's clashing with the house, and I wanna, I don't know, like a light grass color, something light. Mossy stones, no, something light green. Grass. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. Where is this going? Is it coming up here? Nope. I don't know where this is gonna be. Okay. Eeh. I think I have to make it... Why is it coming like a... I don't know why it's... Oh, okay, this helps. Like, it was like a pencil stroke. Just gonna quickly do this so that when I place the assets, it's not gonna clash with the ground color. And then we color it later. Make it a better realistic color. All right. This is it. Okay. Okay. One sec. All right. Just had somebody come in. Okay, so what do we... I feel like the size... Oh my god, the size is so... I'm gonna make this 10%. Make a little bit of a... These don't seem like house. Ooh, bark roofs. Rectangular, circular. Fey huts. Perhaps not. Oh, wait, I can actually... Let me just manually verify you. Hold on. You can talk now. You can talk now, Chaz. I think I've... Yes, I did that. You can actually put it in... Actually, you can put it anywhere. Ooh, this is a nice... That's a nice one, actually, yeah. I wonder if I can, you know what? Let me try saving it and... Okay, let me see where I can add it. I have not done this. Oh my god, I haven't saved in forever. This is bad habit. I mean, I can pop it in and see how it looks, because I have to anyway color the thing, and that's just gonna be an extra thing to do. I am in a pickle. It's the size of things that always throws me off. Where do I add assets? Because I know that there was a place to do, not marketplace. Art manager. It's a stamp. Let me just drag and drop it, because I've never done this before, so let's see if it works. The reminder to save, yeah, I should put it up as a channel point thing. I was thinking of that. I have to keep reminding myself. There were like 68 changes made and I hadn't saved. And Incarnate is sometimes a little tricky on the browser, or at least in my browser, so it just like, it'll just go off and I'll be like, I forgot to save. Okay, me, I guess that's the one. Yep, sure, okay. Ew, yes, it does actually go pretty well with them. What? Place it. Oh my god. Place it in village. Oh yeah. Okay, now it looks more like a pond. You'll spam it? Okay. Yeah, save goblins. Okay, so this is actually, it does go pretty well with the... And if I put it at a scale of like 100%, it still looks like a pond. So thank you, Chaz. This is... You know what? That's a good idea. I have to be... They have water now. Yes. Thanks, Chaz. They have water now. Using our own assets is actually a better way to do that. You know, okay, somehow this does feel a little bit more realistic now, because I'm not thrown off by the fact that you have a... Oh, that's actually a good... Do you make maps on Incarnate too? This... I think this actually helped because I think I was also like mentally thrown off by the fact that it is a well and it doesn't, you know, the previous one was a well and it's like clashing with the sizes of things, but this actually is a pond, so... Oh, you used to, but these days you just use Dungeon Alchemist? Oh, okay. I've always, well, sometimes made maps when I have a lot of time. Because it does take a long time, because you have, especially if you're someone who keeps obsessing over like the small details. But then eventually sometimes you're just like, I have to get a session out immediately. I cannot spend time creating a map. What's happening? When did this go down? Okay, so buildings. Ooh, you have a sci-fi space campaign. That's actually pretty cool. We're starting from scratch. I think Incarnate does have, so they have a bunch of new things, and okay, I'm just closing this just to see. They have sci-fi battle maps as a whole category now, so it's not as yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Incarnate 2.0 is kind of like, there's a lot of changes that's happened. So like, these are the sci-fi things, and I had a cyberpunk steampunk adjacent campaign last year, and I kind of used things from this, but it's still very specific. Like, you'll have to get creative with all of these kind of assets, but they do have stuff like, if you wanted to create a cyberpunk home, you have all of these things. Ooh, Futurama. Yeah, these are all like very I mean, it's very Blade Runner cyberpunk kind of stuff, so yeah, you'd have to do your own anyway to fit the silly art style. That's true. Futurama campaign, that sounds interesting. Are you streaming it? Do you stream it? Oh yeah, one you can do in 2 seconds. uh, I forgot what I was doing. Buildings. Oh, you're writing it. Yeah, it is. It is a lot. Usually, if you're creating an idea from scratch. Oh, the other night you streamed trying to rename everything? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give you a follow so that I can actually catch your stream next time. I'd love to mom corp. Okay. That's actually interesting. He I feel like the kind of putting out your creative process on a stream is like, it's very scary sometimes, but it's also like, it's fun to see. At least it's fun for me to see other people's creative processes, and then I'd be like, okay, that's pretty interesting. It's very inspiring. I'm trying to find a house. Just started up again. Well, congratulations on your first sub. I'm just scrolling around. I'm trying to find something that would make like a nice house. I don't know if I should go for like hay huts, because I feel like this is too oh, you've only streamed 6 hours in the last 3 years. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, it is it's a very welcoming community, I feel like, on Twitch. Especially if you're doing something like Dungeons and Dragons and those kind of things. Just putting out, it helps to, like, the subs, I know, helps a lot to like keep you motivated to go on. Back to houses. I'm kind of thinking they wouldn't, I don't know if it makes sense to have like these, I don't know, slated roofs. Okay. Slated roofs. Especially if you're like a very nature, like a nature loving community kind of a thing. Maybe I should just go for these bark roofs. But then they only have rectangles and round shapes. They don't have anything. They do have these. So I'm guessing community kitchens, for instance, would be more built out, proper structures, because it's where a large gathering happens and people spend a lot of time there eating and drinking, and also generally resting. And then your houses are like just more like places for you to relax and sleep, I guess. You remember getting mad at this program because you didn't like the paths option? Oh, you wanted to make simple dirt paths and could not. Yeah, actually now the paths have changed. Like you have your regular like lines, but you also have these like, you can make shapes with anything now. So that's how I made the shape of the cliff itself. I think I used one of these things and then I just drew the path around it. So 2.0 is not bad. I'm going to save. I forgot to save. All right. let's make some clusters. Home clusters. Maybe this. I don't want round though. Okay, I'm gonna change the... I don't know if this makes sense, but... or not, I don't know. Okay, now it's clashing with the ground again. This is so annoying. Okay, I think I should have just 1 or 2 primary shapes for the houses. And then build off of that. We'll probably add details later. Farmstead. Okay, we're gonna stick to farmstead style. Ooh. 10%, this is huge. Okay, so bunch of houses. How do I flip it? Yeah, maybe like a matriarchal community thing with probably like a... so that's like a courtyard in the middle. Maybe you could have clusters like these. This and then probably... Oh, I like these. Okay. Let's just take one of these. Okay, I'm just doing... actually, that's not bad. I'm gonna make this a group. Oh my god. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a group called housing cluster. This could be one type of housing cluster. So I'm just gonna create like let's say 2 types, maybe 3 types of housing clusters, and then randomize where it goes. So this is one type. This is like a bigger, probably like a biggest type. It's like huge families, I guess. Maybe it's also like, yeah, probably like a bunch of families living in here. You're feeling very Sims right now? Yeah. Let's see. What's the other kind? Yay, thanks for the follow. I wonder what the other... and it is something different-ish. Maybe like a smaller housing where there's no children, it's just adults. Because Um, maybe for like newer people who've moved into the village, kind of a thing. So they might have a little bit more individualistic houses, but not entirely individualistic. I don't know if I have a control on my... Okay. Is there anything else I can add to it? It's too big. Okay. Oh, you joined a Kickstarter for a village making app? Oh. Oh. When did you join it? Because I feel like I've used a village making app. It's like one of those generators, like village generators. I don't know. And I know that they had a Kickstarter before. So I don't know if that's the same one. But I don't remember the name, so I have no idea. Okay, we're gonna merge these. This is going to be housing cluster 2. I am saving, yes. I should create a channel point reminder thing for it. Is it something I can do quickly? No, it's not. I hear Kimchi around the corner. What is she doing? Yeah, I think I will do maybe one more. Something circular. Ooh. Ooh, yes, something circular. And then my it's actually my daughter's name. I mean, nickname, Kimchi. She's running around in the background. Not in the room though, but she's outside. And I don't think she understands the concept of streaming, because sometimes she just barges in and is like, I want to play Palia. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing something else right now. Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty nice name. Yeah, it is a cute nickname. What do you have? Is it a doggy, kitty? What is it? I think I will go for not slate. Actually, yeah, a bunch of these. Oh, a nice Sharpie puppy. How cute. It is a very cute name. Probably, my daughter's gonna grow up being like, stop calling me that kind of a thing. But she has no choice, ha. Okay, I'm gonna do... I don't know, I feel like 3 is a good number. So we have another cluster. This is going to be less common. So, all right, now let's go zoom out. Oops. Oh, your partner screenshot down the name. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. Oh, yeah. Well, in our case, like she's Kimchi because like her name starts with Kim, so uh, it's kind of like a natural, I guess, nickname that comes out of that name. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna grow up and be like, stop calling me that. Okay, I am going to. So these housing clusters actually look bigger than. So communal kitchen. What is the size of each of them? 10%. Okay, get out of this. How do I get out of this? Oh my god. This is crazy. Okay. What if I made this 10% too? Posture check. Uh yes, my posture is. It was shrimp. It is not shrimp anymore. Thank you. Leela. Oh my god, Baby Shark? Yeah, that's a cute nickname too. I'm a Baby Shark. Please, that song's gonna be stuck in my head again. I think Kimchi at some point liked that song, but now she's over it. She's into Bluey now, so. Okay, this village. I honestly feel like these are too big. We gotta reduce the size. So what? It's not gonna be 10%? Because I feel like they should be smaller clusters. It's just going to be me sitting and... Okay, let's ungroup this. What? I thought I entered the group. Okay. That's a little bit more... That makes sense a bit more. Oh, wait. You sing it 4 times a day? Aw. Wait, if Sarah sings something, her cat comes over and pats her worriedly like, is mommy dying? I'm surprised, Sarah, she doesn't just come and like put her hand on your mouth and be like, stop. Okay. Would we have clusters around the communal kitchen? Or away from... No, it would be around it. Why is this... Sorry, this is a little annoying. What is happening? This needs to be... This looks very random, so I'm gonna have to create some kind of a structure for this. Or you know what? So let's have housing be in one section of the rock, I guess. Let's see. IRL word. Oh no. What is another word for... Oh, it's called Master of Realms, the app. I feel like I've heard of it. Or I might have like looked it up when I was trying to find an alternative. So what do you mean like a village making app? Is it like village generator, or does it have assets for... Oop. If you put up a link, I don't think it shows up because Twitch is like, no. I have to not say that word for 5 minutes. I can just say building. Well, that's not... Yeah. I need to make an organized area. Okay, I'm gonna assume we're gonna have like housing clusters around this area. Oh yeah, send it to the Discord. This is one communal kitchen that kind of serves this area. I think I've started it wrong. Like I started it with buildings. And instead of starting it with like maybe I should have created zones or something, because now it just looks like very random. Okay, let's think about the farms. It's gonna be things cultivated around, and I'm guessing I have to use a brush for it because it's not gonna be actual... Oh, kind of like this. Fresh crops land. Let's see how that looks. This is too big. Texture scale. This would be good. Oh, water. Thank you. You're using your points well. I haven't had water in 1 hour and 41 minutes. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna see if this works. I don't... Okay, of course. It's in the wrong layer. Okay, of course. That's not how it goes. Like, I don't know if this makes sense. Okay, we're not gonna use a brush. We're gonna use... Oh my god, they had this? Well, that makes sense. I could have used one of those brushes. Okay. We're gonna use... Oh. Oh my god. Rotate. Alright. That does not seem perfect. This is... Oh my god. I haven't looked at chat in a bit. Reminds you of Photoshop. Yeah, it is. It does. It is. That's the 2.0. Hi, I am man. Very important question. What is your important question? Actually, I didn't even know that the brush type existed, because that's why I was like, why is it coming out like a pencil stroke? I could have just used one of these softer ones. Ooh, thank you for the 40 bits. What is an on-screen celebration? I didn't even know that existed. Where is this coming from? Are you able to curse a mushroom? And if so, if I curse one, would it curse all because it's a hive mind? If I were DMing that campaign and you asked me this, I would say yes. But I feel like different mushroom types have different hive minds. So, you know, you can't, maybe it would affect that type of mushroom. Ah, thank you for the follow. Okay, I'm gonna go back to, what is... Okay, just asking everyone, doesn't this look like... Yep, it looks like it's not straight. It's going to annoy me. Maybe this village doesn't care about symmetry or keeping things, but it annoys me, so I'm gonna remove it. This doesn't work. I don't know why this rotation. So what, like it has to be... Oh my god, where is it gone now? 42.5. It's not. You know what? This is better. So they're not gonna have a lot of farm land, I guess. Also, to those who are just joining, this is let me just zoom out because giving context to what is happening. I'm building a village on a rock or on a plateau kind of a thing. It's inspired in part by this real life place called Sigiriya Rock, which is in Sri Lanka. And I don't know if I've oh wait, the block is straight but the farm lines are not. Yeah, it was annoying me. I was like, this is, yeah, it's better to just use the brush. I'm good to go. I can say structures. You see why I went back to the farms, right? Because then I didn't have to say the word structure. Haha. So yes, there's some construction work happening upstairs. So I don't know if you can hear drilling. It's very annoying. So yeah, this is the real life place called Sigiriya Rock, which in the 5th century, a king went and made a palace and fortress on top of it. And it was abandoned after he died. Uh, and then it was a Buddhist monastery up until 14th century. So I felt like it was interesting to consider why he would have thought it was a good idea to scale this giant rock and build a settlement up there. So out of that curiosity was born this idea for this map, which in my last stream we made the rock structure and then the forest floor, and one of the viewers said perhaps the reason that they wanted to self-isolate was because it's like it's a holy site. So kind of going on that tangent, I've decided that it's probably a very ancient dying religion, and the community that formed around this religion wanted to move up to a rock and self-isolate and kind of, I guess, more like protect their rituals and their traditions from, I guess, assimilating to new kings. Okay, Chaz, have fun. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye. So yeah, this is going to be where their temple's going to be. But the temple's not the main, like the central figure of the rock, or, you know, the central significant area of the rock. It's going to be something that's off to the side because the community is the focus. This feels I don't know if this feels random, but oh gosh. 61 changes. I am going to save now. I'm going to create the channel point thing so that next time I stream, we're gonna have you all remind me to save. So right now this looks a little random because I'm still figuring out the structure for this village. This is a pond that they have, which is it's a man-made pond, but it's more like a rainwater harvesting area. I feel like I am not going to finish doing the village structure in this stream. I'll have to go for the next two because this is nothing. So I'm also losing my voice. I don't know where. I think it's because I haven't had water. Okay. Okay, so what are the... Let me just go back to my note. Needs an entertainment district. Well, yeah, it does have a... Well, it's not entertainment exactly, but it is like a central area that has like community things going on. And yeah, why not? Like, perhaps they create art and do all of those kind of things together. Storytelling being a very important tradition. So what am I searching for? I wonder if I search for tent. Does tent make sense? I don't know. Would it be tents or would it be probably like open? So again, this is another thing that would depend. Like, it would depend on what the weather of this place is like. If you're being up here on a rock, you're likely to experience extreme wind, and maybe during heavy monsoon, you're lightly affected by rain because the clouds are so heavy that they kind of form around the rock and not over the rock. But you do get rainfall some of the time, but it's not as heavy and crazy, I guess. Well, not like stormy, but you do, I guess wind is something that would be something they're very susceptible to. Oops, I placed something there. It shouldn't be there. So, in that case, would their communal centers be tents? Would it be a building? Would it be an open area? I'm gonna say it's gonna be a mix of open area and building. So, why are these the tents? Oh, they had like market at some point. Market tents. So like, oh yeah, market stalls. I feel like these tents are a lot more colorful and fun. And oh, look at that. They have these things. I could probably put up they would have the Pelage systems? What is that? Is that a typo? Is that a thing? I don't know. Do I need to Google it? I am Googling it. What is that? What? No. What is that? Because I got something completely different when I Googled it. Alright, let's start with roof banner. Let's start with cloth roofs. It's a thing in the Middle East how people bring water to the farms. Oh, the canals. Yeah, I have a feeling that then the pond itself would be closer to their fields. But that is true. How would they bring water for everyday use? A network, right? I think so. Yeah, they would probably have they would probably have canals. Or that's why I guess it could keep the reservoir a little bit. You're not delving too deep into this. These are the things even I think about. And that's good, actually. Delving deep is good because that's how you... I feel like you have to overthink it just so that you cover all the bases. This is 100. I have to reduce it. Okay, so everything else is... I'm going to keep this 15%. Oh, that's so small. I'm going to have to zoom in. Yeah, I'm guessing... So, I was thinking they would also have... You know the age-old system of like taking and collecting water and keeping it in your own house kind of a thing. So like every house has its own reservoir of water, or like every living area has its own reservoir of water, which has been collected from the main reservoir. Because I'm thinking, how do you have canals in a place that's this small? But it probably does. Oh, what is that? How did that get there? This feels very red. Oh my gosh. Let's change it. Not pink. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. Everyone has stagnant water in their houses. Buckets they draw every day. I think that's what I'm thinking. Because, or another idea is, what if from this pond they had a canal that had like another smaller reservoir? Yeah, that's just too many places to have water. And someone has to maintain the water in all of these places. Well, that is an important question that comes up in where people live. Do I have... I'm just gonna move this. Okay. So this is going to be like one... So considering clusters of housing and stuff, what if I put this here? Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust the layer. But what if these round circular structures are the ones that hold what? Why is hydrate off stock? Because it's every 15 minutes or something, or 20 minutes, yeah. So you have like 2 more minutes for hydrate, which I did already. So yeah, you know what? Let's make these round structures be places that maybe hold water, or, you know, storage areas, I guess. So now this is going to be like a little... I'm sorry, is this not symmetrical? It should not be symmetrical. So this would be a little area in the middle, because this is a community kitchen house and these are some of the houses around it, or housing structures around it. I'm saving. So we bring one of these... I think I'm getting into the details section now, which I shouldn't. Not right now. Sublayer. I need you to go one layer up. Yeah. Okay. I was concerned, like I said, in heavy monsoon they would manage the excess water. I feel like they would not be affected by heavy monsoons because they are high. Isn't it's like they're high up enough to not be very affected by it. Maybe there should be a structure around this that kind of acts like a floodwater reservoir thing. I'm not getting the words for it, but like, you know, like a fail-safe thing. But I guess the canals could help. Oh, well, there is an ad going on. There's 8 seconds left. I'm going to pause till then. I guess you are back now. So yes, I was saying we could probably have like a structure around the pond itself that would collect excess water. But I'm also thinking maybe this place wouldn't be as affected by heavy monsoons because they're high up enough to not be affected by heavy monsoons. But these are going to be tomorrow questions. These are going to be not tomorrow, I mean next stream, because it is 11:30 and I have to put Kimchi to sleep. Play? No, I don't have to. Oh, okay, you're saying okay. It's like, what? Elmo's still here. Okay. But yes, I feel like this stream we tackled some difficult questions which we need answers to. And we also got a nice, wonderful little pond image from Chaz. And oh, hey, you're back, pigs. Sorry, I'm actually going to... The stream's getting over. I'm going to stop now, but I will be back maybe Monday to continue this map because this map is far from done. As I was saying, I'm trying to still nail down the structure of what the village looks like, and it feels a little random right now, like it's so random and incomplete, but I want to kind of maybe we'll start with focusing on one section. Like maybe we focus on the housing clusters first and build everything out from that, because I think I started 3 different things. I started the temple structure, and then I started the housing structure, and then I started the farm, and that's probably why everything feels scattered right now. So next stream we're gonna focus on one thing and then move from there. But yeah, so I'm thinking I will do Monday morning because I don't think I can stream on the weekend. But thank you so much for joining me. Do give me a follow if you want to catch up with how the rest of the map ends up looking. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Figs. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking around. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.